Everybody sing along.
Yalla yalla yalili, oh yalla yalla yalili, yalla yalla yalili, oh yalla yalla yalili, oh yalla yalla yalili, oh yalla yalla yalili, yalla yalla yalili. Dance, 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 copy bitch.
Yeshuasi lechono el shabeach tikun beis tefilasi b'sham toda nizabeach liyes tachin matbeach mitzor hamnabeach ozeg mor b'shir mizmor Chanukah samizbeach Shir mizmor Chanukah samizbeach liyes tachin matbeach mitzor hamnabeach ozeg mor b'shir mizmor Chanukah samizbeach ozeg mor b'shir mizmor Oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Dreidels to play and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. They shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Hanukkah has that spinning dreidel with the 4 Hebrew letters, Nes Gadol Hayasham, the Nun Gimel Haishin. But Hanukkah reminds us, miracles can happen today, and they will. So spin along, sing along, the classic dreidel, dreidel. Here we go. I had a little dreidel, I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it is dry and ready, oh, dreidel I shall play. That's Leo.
A 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy little dreidel, I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel like Chaplay. Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel like Chaplay. Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel like Chaplay.
Spin those dreidels, come on.
I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, dreidel like Chaplay. Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay.
And when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel like Chaplay.
Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay.
And when it's dry and ready, oh
dreidel like Chaplay.
Spin those dreidels. Happy Hanukkah.
Good evening, Detroit, and happy Hanukkah. Welcome to Campus Marshall Park in beautiful downtown Detroit. This is a memorable night as we begin the 11th annual Menorah in the D.
All right.
One of the reasons why tonight is so special is that we have two audiences. We are thrilled to welcome all of you who have joined us here in person and those of you watching from the comfort of your home. My name is Yisrael Pinson with Chabad of Greater Downtown Detroit, and with me is Federation's Next Gen Detroit President, George Roberts. Hey, George.
Hi, Rabbi Pinson. Welcome to everyone here in downtown Detroit and to everyone joining us online. Thank you all so much for being here. It's a beautiful night in downtown Detroit. The parks and stores are decorated beautifully for the season. The downtown Detroit markets in Cadillac Square and the sidewalks around town are busy with shoppers checking out the latest from small businesses. And the Cadillac Lodge looks especially cozy and festive. Rabbi Pinson, I live just a few blocks away from where we're sitting right now. But when I'm here downtown on a night like this, I feel totally transported. Folks at home, if you haven't been downtown in a while, make some time to visit Detroit this Hanukkah season. We also have an amazing program planned. We're going to light our beautiful menorah to kick off Hanukkah as a community. But before that, we're going to hear from and be joined by some amazing folks. Our mayor and lieutenant governor and other key elected officials are here. Our Jewish community leaders, business leaders, and a special, special guest, Danny Fenster, recently home from captivity in Myanmar. It's enough to put a smile on my face so big I feel like the smile man over here. Thanks to amazing artist Philip Simpson for joining us. I'll tell you right now, everyone here and everyone joining online, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, speaking of those people who are in line, do not sit back and relax. We want you to be involved and participate in every part of the show. We want you to sing along when we sing the songs and the blessings. We want to get you on your feet and dance when the dreidel boys break it down on the stage later.
Oh, yeah.
And we want you to light the menorah in your home, together with us downtown and with thousands of our community members in Detroit and around the world.
Rabbi Pinson, I'm hearing about all these people on Zoom, but I'm ready to see these folks. Scott, can we get a shot of our super fans on Zoom?
All right.
All right.
Here they are.
How we doing, Zoomers? Let's see those Hanukkahs, okay? All right. I'm seeing some folks.
Is that David over there?
I think that's David. And
Jessica. Hi, Jessica.
Hey.
All right.
Wow. With all the familiar punums on Zoom and all the amazing community members here in person, I feel that we've truly entered the Menorah metaverse. What an incredible feeling. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
And before we light the menorah, we want to light up social media with your posts using the hashtag Menorah in the D. I have a feeling that with your help, the dancing dreidels might be the most watched video on TikTok before the end of the night. Remember to hashtag Menorah in the D.
Can we get a shot of the dancing dreidels now? I want to see this content creation live right here.
Whoa.
Look at that. I think we have Next Gen Detroit board member Meredith Kay teaching the Dreidel Boys the newest TikTok Hanukkah dance trend. Thank you to our superstar board member Meredith and our dancing dreidels for taking part in the show tonight. Check them out online. Hashtag Menorah in the D.
George, that was beautiful. Thank you. Good job, boys. I think it's time to bring up one of our special guests for the evening.
Okay.
This gentleman came all the way back from South sunny Florida to chilly downtown Detroit tonight because Menorah in the D means so much to him and his family. Please welcome Senior Vice President of Operations for Park West Gallery, Mr. John Carey. Welcome, John.
Welcome, John.
Have a seat. Ooh, what a warm hand.
Thank you, John.
Ooh.
John, nice to meet you, and thank you for being here with us tonight.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Can you tell us more about the Park West Gallery and the Park West Foundation?
Yeah, well, the Park West Foundation and Park West Gallery started about 15, 16 years ago. My parents started the foundation, and it's out there to help foster kids who have aged out of the program, and we want to make sure that they have legal services, guidance, mentors. We're always with them, making sure that they're progressing through life, because we don't want them to be out there just lost and not having the skills.
Sure.
So many foundations just give money out, but you guys chose to be feet on the ground, boots on the ground, doing the work yourself. Tell me more about the kind of work that you do and why you guys chose to do it that way.
Well, the work we chose to do, we wanted to be part of it. We wanted to be boots on the ground, actually, because we had an event in 2005. It was helping health services for Michigan, and we received a thank you picture from a young girl, a young foster girl, that we decided to look at that art, because we're in the art business, look at the art, and we wanted to expand that, and we really wanted to help children, to help families started throughout Metro Detroit and expanded through Michigan. Now we're actually globally. We're one of the first founding sponsors for the Prince Charles's Princess Trust Foundation. So we're out there. We just want to help make a difference.
It's an incredible story. Thank you for all the great work you're doing. John, what about Menorah and the D inspired you to sponsor this event this year?
Well, look at Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit, I haven't been, I've lived in Florida for the last 15 years.
Right.
My parents have helped running with the foundation. But to be back down in Detroit, to see what it's done and to see, the life that's happening here, this is incredible. So, to see the Menorah in the D, to see, learn about the shul, learn about the Next Gen Detroit, it just goes in line with our foundation and what we want to do and how we want to just come together with everybody and help these children.
That's great.
Thank you so much, John. It's a pleasure of having you. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, John.
All right,
we
thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Well, I think that it's time to check back in with our Zoom. Let's see. Can we get another shot back of that Zoom there? Okay. Look, we're back in the Menorah metaverse here. Yep. Okay. There they are.
This is so meta. Listen, we are here, and then we're watching people, watching us, being here,
But there's
watching
people
them.
in front of us as well. The real
Right.
life and the digital life have fully merged this Hanukkah season.
Exactly. Guys, Zoomers, I know that you guys got one of those boxes, and our fingers are freezing. We want to know if you can open one of those boxes
We
and
need a
show
little
us.
unboxing from the Zoomers of their lamplighter kits. All right, I see some glow-in-the-dark dreidels, some Hanukkah gelt, some donuts, hot cider packets, some marshmallows.
Wait a minute. I'm looking at my notes here, and it looks like there's in the box a branded Menorah and the D, oi oi. Now, Yiddish is my first language, and I don't know what an oi oi is.
Rabbi Pinson, I think it's actually a Menorah and the D yo-yo, not an oi-oi.
You're kidding me. Now, I read naturally from right to left. That was very confusing.
Figured out. Thank you, Menorah Metaverse. I really feel like we're living in the future.
Well, speaking of the future, on a beautiful night like this, and it's so busy around here, thousands of people that came from Menorah, and just people hanging out, I feel like we're living in the future. I remember 8 years ago, you and I were having this conversation about what Detroit could look like, and it seems like your vision has materialized. You made a lot of positive change in the city when you were the Rock Family Companies, and in your professional life since. What does it feel like to see how much Detroit has grown?
It's amazing. You look around tonight, and it's like everything that we had hoped for Detroit has really come to be. The city is alive, downtown and in neighborhoods across the city. As I mentioned earlier, out shopping, the parks are busy, the stores are filled, new things are opening up all the time. It's just an amazing place to be every day, and we're just getting started. We're just at the very beginning of all the amazing change that we'll see in Detroit over many years to come.
Wonderful. Now, you were recently installed as the president of Next Gen Detroit. How do you work as Next Gen Detroit president and your work in the city go in hand? What do you think the role of the Jewish community has been in sparking positive change in our city's growth?
Yeah, well, at Next Gen Detroit, we like to say the future starts here. The future of community, the future of leadership. And Next Gen Detroit wanted to be a part of the future of a revitalized, re-energized Detroit. Starting 11 years ago with Menorah and the D, we're in our 10th year as Next Gen Detroit in that iteration, and we've wanted to be committed to events in Detroit, activities in Detroit, to initiatives in Detroit since the very beginning, and we're hopeful to maybe eventually have a permanent space as part of the downtown synagogue renovation downtown, and just to keep bringing people down here for our events and our programs and our initiatives for many years to come, and especially in this year, our 10th year as Next Gen Detroit.
Wonderful. Now, did I hear a round of applause for this?
All right.
Give it to
All right. Next Gen
Next
Detroit.
Gen Detroit.
Yeah.
Now, I see Sarah over there. We talked about your communal work and your professional work. What about your family and personal life? How does the city add value to your life personally and to your family life?
Well, my lovely wife Sarah and I, we love living right here in downtown Detroit. As I mentioned earlier, we live just a few blocks away, and every day we feel so energized and so charged up by this place. The great environment, the great people we get to see, the people we interact with, meeting all different kinds of people here in downtown Detroit every day is so wonderful. So as we start to grow our family and enter the next chapter of our life as Detroiters, we're just excited to be a part of it as things continue on in this city's amazing growth.
Amazing. Thank you. Well, George, I think it's almost time for the main event. The
All right.
11th
Yes.
annual Menorah and the D is going to be started just in a few minutes.
I can't wait. I think people have seen enough of us talking. It's time to get this menorah lit and to kick off Hanukkah with a fire performance from the one and only Detroit candle lighter, Eric Scott Baker. Take it away, Eric.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Shed a sweet light to remind us of days one for each night. They shared our sweet life to remind us of days long ago.
Hanukkah reminds us each one of us is a miracle of light.
No fighter plane, no battleship can crush what's pure and sweet. It's that last drop of oil, just won't see defeat. It keeps our little hopping flame dancing to the beat. It's that last drop of oil we're taking to the streets.
And we'll blow smoke in the face of darkness, set fires to burn up the night. Tell Harry, tell all your stories, be a miracle of a life. Blow smoke in the face of darkness, set fires to burn up the night. Tell Harry, tell all your stories, be a miracle of a life.
Dr. Estino, no canto nigma son, giborim miyad chaloshim, rabim biyad miyatim.
I'll be your business, I'll be your bright light, I'll be your miracle, I'll be your miracle of light. I'll be your business, I'll be your bright light, I'll be your miracle, I'll be your miracle of light.
Flushed like an olive, let your oil flow. When there's nothing left, your true colors show.
So reach deep down and grab that spark. Ain't you tired of living in the dark? Show me a candlelight, show you the light. Show me a candlelight, show you the light.
Blow smoke in the face of darkness, set fires to burn up the night.
Tell Harry, tell all your stories, be a miracle of a light. Blow smoke in the face of darkness, set fires to burn up the night. Tell Harry, tell all your stories, be a miracle of a light.
Alto Estino, canto nigma son, giborim miyad chaloshim, rabim biyad miyatim.
I'll be your business, I'll be your bright light, I'll be your miracle, I'll be your miracle of light. I'll be your business, I'll be your bright light, I'll be your miracle, I'll be your miracle of light.
I'll be your nest, I'll be your nest, oh yeah. I'll be your nest, I'll be your nest, I'll be your nest, I'll be your bright light, I'll be your miracle, I'll be your miracle of a light.
I'll be your nest, I'll be your bright light, I'll be your miracle, I'll be your miracle of light.
I'll be your nest, I'll be your nest, I'll be your nest.
Show me candlelight, show me the
I'll
light.
be your
Show me candlelight, show me the light.
I'll be your nest,
I'll be your bright light, I'll be your miracle, I'll be your miracle of light. I'll be your nest, I'll be your bright light, I'll be your miracle, I'll be your miracle of light.
I'll be your nest, I'll be your bright light, I'll be your miracle, I'll be your miracle of light.
I'll be your nest, I'll be your bright light, I'll be your miracle, I'll be your miracle of light.
I'll be your nest, I'll be your miracle,
Miracle of light.
Excuse me. Sorry. That thing already done fell in. Sorry.
We are back in person. Welcome to all of our dear friends here at Campus Martius and everyone logged in at home on Zoom and the live stream watching live around the globe. Join me in wishing the entire community Happy Hanukkah!
Happy Hanukkah!
Come on, let's hear it. Happy Hanukkah! This crowd is unbelievable. What an energy. To our esteemed elected officials, generous corporate sponsors, lay leaders, honorees, lamplighters, and everyone here that knows how to celebrate. The 8-day holiday of Hanukkah has just begun. The time to light the menorah is here. This is it.
All right.
And you are the most important player. So this year the question was, will Menorah and the D be in person? Will there be a live stream? For 9 years we celebrated with thousands right here in Campus Martius. Last year, COVID put our celebrations to the test. We had no audience here, but thanks to technology and the true spirit of Hanukkah, the celebration ballooned to an estimated 30,000 participants. If Hanukkah teaches us anything, is that when it comes to light, we always increase. There's no turning back. We always look forward to growth and expansion. So this year, our team put together an amazing program, hybrid program, to share with both the in-person and the online audience. So let me wish a happy Hanukkah to all of us here, to everyone at home. Welcome to the 11th annual Menorah in the D. Launching Hanukkah for the entire state of Michigan. Wow. What a celebration. My friends, when we will kindle the flame here in Campus Martius, we invite each one of you when you get home, or if you're celebrating at home right now, to light your own candles. Tonight and for the next 7 nights, gather your family, light up your hearts, your home, your community. Together we will affect the entire world. When you light your menorah at home, your home becomes the holy temple. Your home becomes the synagogue. Your home is the force of light in your neighborhood. Do not underestimate the power of the mitzvah. It brings a new dimension of spiritual light and blessing to your family and to your community. Under the auspices of Chabad Lubavitcher, Michigan, Chabad centers are beacons of light for residents of our state, no matter which neighborhood or city they live in. Today, it is my privilege to announce the addition of a new Chabad center in Livonia, serving the Jewish population of Northwest Wayne County. All these centers will host menorah lightings throughout the nights of Hanukkah, and I encourage you, each of you, to look at menorahindthed.com for a public lighting near you, for you to participate in the public menorah lightings. The public menorah lightings were launched over 40 years ago by our dear Rebbe, who shared his vision of sharing the light of Hanukkah with the world. Please turn your attention to the video for his message.
The lighting of Hanukkah menorahs in public spaces was initiated by the Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, and gave rise to the now ubiquitous menorahs that stand in city squares, malls, and parks across the United States of America and the world. On the eve of Hanukkah in 1980, the Rebbe wrote a letter explaining the reasoning and inspiration of the public menorah.
To all participants in the public lighting of the Hanukkah menorah in the USA, greeting and blessing.
Hanukkah, the festival of lights, recalls the victory more than 2,100 years ago
of a militarily weak but spiritually strong Jewish people over the mighty forces of a ruthless enemy
that had overrun the Holy Land and threatened to engulf the land and its people in darkness.
Needless to say, darkness is not chased away by brooms and sticks, but by illumination.
Our sages said a little light expels a lot of darkness.
Rebbe, thank you and happy Hanukkah.
Happy birthday, lighting Hanukkah.
Thank you, Rebbe.
It must be lighting on the outside also.
Thank you, Rebbe.
That is the message of Hanukkah.
Thank you.
The light on people's doors in such a manner that it will light the street around your home.
Thank you, Rebbe. I need it in my neighborhood.
Yes, very much bless you.
What is true of the individual is true of a nation, especially this great United States, united under God and generously blessed by God with material as well as spiritual riches.
It is surely the duty and privilege of this nation to promote all the forces of light,
both at home and abroad, and in a steadily growing measure.
With esteem and blessing in the spirit of Hanukkah, M. Schneerson.
The Detroit Menorah is a symbol of Jewish pride and Jewish life that lasts beyond the time that it stands here. When we dismantle and store the physical structure, we become the flames of the menorah and carry their message in our hearts and community all year. It gives us hope when we need it most, and it gives us the tools to become a light to others in need by igniting our soul's purpose. We instituted the annual Lamplighter ceremony at Menorah and the D to honor members in our community and to empower each one of us to be that candle. Later, we will honor those lamplighters. Now, please turn your attention to the screen for a story of personal transformation featuring two of today's lamplighters.
I grew up in Tel Aviv of the 60s, living the old way life. That was, if I'm looking back, it was happy life. Mati, my husband, our bond was over our love for books, and from there, 4 years later, we were married. He always had a dream to come to the US, so we packed our little suitcase and we moved to Detroit. We did not really immerse ourselves in the beginning in the Jewish. Or one day I told him, hey, there is an event downtown Detroit. And it was amazing. People, Jewish and non-Jewish, coming together to celebrate the lights of Hanukkah. And Mati's birthday was first candle of Hanukkah. So it was a biggest meaning for us. And after that, we just kept going every year. He had a mini stroke to the right side of the brain. There is no cure for that. And the last 8-10 years were deteriorating one by one. On that day, he came to me and he said, I'm going to get ready for dinner. And then we sat in front of the TV and talked a little bit. And I noticed that he's wearing his kippah. And I looked at him and I said, why are you putting your kippah? And he said, it makes me feel good. And I said, you never put kippah. At that moment, it's like a light came to him, and I thought to myself, okay, he's fine. So we're eating dinner, and he stood up, and then something jolted me, and I ran, and he was on the floor gone, and that was it. And I think to myself, I have no one, literally no one to call, and I don't know how, but I called Rabbi Shem Tov, and within minutes he was there, and then Iti Shem Tov and Yaakova Stein came, and everything became okay. 8 years of being on my own, not having one person to call. All of a sudden, I have a family. And then Rabbi Shem Tov came to me. He said, I saw a kippah next to him. It's like he felt something and he needed the protection of God. And he got it. That was the beginning of where I am today. Rabbi Shem Tov asked me, what are you going to do right now? And I told him I'm going to sleep in the car. I'm not going inside the house. And he said, you're not sleeping in the car. And that night, I met an amazing woman. Her name is Kim.
It was late at night, and she got there. All I could do was give her a hug and say, you're welcome, our home is your home. So as she was telling me all about her history with Mati, I could see that it was helping her talk about her husband, about his life, and it was putting her a little bit at ease.
And since then, it's an amazing friendship that will stay for eternity. I was thinking, what's now? I was, for 8 years, I had my schedule, but it was not my schedule, it was Mati's schedule. So I realized that I have to go learn how to find Malka. So I called Iti and I asked her that I want to volunteer. She told me about this family that the mom cannot drive and they have a special need child. I drive them a few times a week, 4 kids. They tell me jokes and they make my day. I love cooking and I had no longer anyone to cook for. I come and I cook and it's just wonderful, knowing that people are going to enjoy it. So it's warmed my heart.
When we look at the flames of the menorah, there's a mystery about them. Each of us has a little candle inside of us. In the darkest moment, to find that inner reservoir of light and just push it forward. When darkness descends, it's our job to light that menorah. And the power of one flame, which I translate to be the power of one action, one good deed, one favor, one smile. So much value, so much power.
Every Hanukkah, I always think about the tiniest little flame brightening the whole entire world. There's a spark. If there's the tiniest little spark, soon it'll be like a blaze.
My husband, I think he would be proud because I found a new purpose in life. So have your faith, find your light, and move forward without regrets. That is the meaning of, in my opinion, of Hanukkah.
On behalf of Menorah and the D, Rabbi Yuriman, myself, we thank our leading corporate sponsors that have made Menorah and the D possible. Your support is much more than a check. It's true partnership with our community and a real impact on the illuminating work of Menorah and the D. The Gilbert Family Foundation and the teams at Bedrock Detroit, Rock Ventures, and Rock Security have been supporting us since the very first Menorah and the D. We wish Dan, Jennifer, and the entire Gilbert family all the blessings of health, happiness, and joy. Our dear friends and supporters at DTE Energy Foundation, who share the vision of the Shul, Chabad Lubavitch, and Menorah and the D, and support our programming of sharing the light throughout the entire year. To our dear friends at the Max and Marjorie Fisher Foundation, who generously support programs for Jewish identity and continuity around the world, thank you for your generous support. We thank Beaumont Hospital, dedicated sponsors of Menorah and the D for years, and the Jewish community. We welcome SVP Chief Quality and Safety Officer, Dr. Jeffrey Dichtoff, who has joined us on the dais. We salute you and all our health providers at this moment in our history. During the pre-show, you all had a chance to hear the amazing work of the Park West Foundation is doing in our community and in South Florida. We thank you for your supporting Menorah and the D, and welcome John Kerry, who was on the dais with us. I want to take this opportunity to wish Mr. Gary Torgo a belated Mazel Tov on the merger with Huntington, and very soon the completed building, hopefully. And we welcome his team and the bank as sponsors of Menorah and the D. In addition, for all his personal dedication and leadership in the Jewish community here and around the world, we will honor him today with lighting the first candle of the Detroit Menorah. We recognize Dr. Darian Hudson, President and CEO of United Way of Southeast Michigan. Good to see you once again at Menorah and the D. On behalf of Menorah and the D and Chabad Lubavitch of Michigan, I would like to thank our partners who are an integral part of making this event happen every single year. Our whole team at the shul, our supporters, volunteers. Thank you to the team who brings everything together time and time again. Rabbi Yishai, Rachel Leah, Rabbi Yuriman. Special thank you to Elaine Barish for sponsoring the lamplighter kits and the Hanukkah treats with such love, enthusiasm. May it be a blessing of health and success for you and your loved ones. Chabad of Greater Downtown Detroit keeps the Hanukkah flame burning in the city of Detroit all year. I want to thank Rabbi Yisrael Pinson for his dedicated partnership and creative input in making this event possible. Thank you, Rabbi Pinson. Thank you, Benji Rosenzweig. Thank you for the entire Chabad in the D. Jewish Federation of Metro Detroit partnered with Menorah and the D through its Community Next initiative from the beginning. Since then, we have come together every year to bring the message and celebration of Hanukkah to every corner of our Jewish community. We are so pleased that George Roberts, president of Next Gen Detroit, co-hosted the pre-show. We thank you for sharing your energy in opening tonight's program. We welcome Mr. Matt Lester, president of Jewish Federation of Metro Detroit, who will be joining us on the lift to light the menorah. And Steve Ingber, Federation CEO, one of tonight's lamplighters. The history of Menorah and the D was Menorah and the D, 11 years ago, we were thinking, how can we bring the message of Hanukkah to the masses? And we were looking for something creative, something special. Came up with this idea, why don't we go down to Campus Martius and in the center of the city, light a menorah.
We put together the first Menorah and the D in 2011, which was a ice sculpture, and our goal was to have 350 people come to that first menorah lighting. And we had 600 people show up, and we were just floored. And so we said, you know, we got something here. This is great, and it took off from there.
One of our main missions was just to activate downtown Detroit. The more action, the more we could have going on there, the better. And I was fortunate enough to be the first person to light the menorah at the Menorah and the D.
People were just coming from all over, not only from the city of Detroit, but from the suburbs as well.
But also having people who are working downtown have something to do after work. That's the whole thing. It just made sense right from the beginning.
It's important to have events like this where the business community, the city, the religious community comes together, all to have one event where everybody partners to bring the community together and have fun.
We see it as the event that launches Hanukkah for the city of Detroit and for all of Michigan. The fact that we're going back and doing it on site as well as virtual, we were able to create a program that was seen all throughout Michigan and even beyond around the world. And that really gives us the true message of growth, of hope, of bringing light in the face of darkness.
If the menorah could speak, I think she would say, wow, what an event. Celebrating Detroit, celebrating Hanukkah, celebrating Judaism. I think the menorah would be very proud to be the centerpiece of all of this.
In the center of our city, no matter where you are from, all walks of life, you come together and you all light that menorah, you light those candles, bringing light and hope to the entire community. The Hanukkah holiday celebrates a time in our history when Jewish people were miraculously granted freedom to practice religion without persecution. We live in a wonderful country where religious freedom is a given and a right. Our government at the federal, state, and local level is here to protect our right to practice our faith, even if it is different from their own beliefs. This is evident every year at Menorah and the D, when government officials from both sides of the aisle join us on the dais and participate with us in this celebration. Our statewide delegation grows from year to year, and we are honored this year to host Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist II at the head of the delegation. We also welcome Attorney General Dana Nessel, who will join us on the lift, and Supreme Court Justice Bernstein, who will be honored as a lamplighter. We are also joined on the dais today by Menorah and the D veterans, Senator Jeremy Moss, Representative Ryan Berman, and Representative Samantha Steckloff. We also welcome State Senator Stephanie Chang, who is joining us this year for the first time. Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist stands tall, very tall, as a dedicated public servant and champions the needs of every citizen of our state. Please help me welcome the Lieutenant Governor.
Thank you so much, Rabbi. Good evening, Menorah in the D. This is a privilege to be able to participate in this event on behalf of our Governor Gretchen Whitmer, who brings her greetings and thanks and asks that you all celebrate with joy, but also for the entire state of Michigan. As a Detroiter, I'm proud to help to light this menorah for all of us, because the beauty of the celebration of Hanukkah is that it is a statement of truth. And that truth is that light and darkness cannot coexist. That light always defeats darkness. And that as we come together and shine light together upon one another and upon the world, no darkness can survive that. No hatred can overcome it. No hatred, no lack of love, no anti-Semitism, no injustice, no recklessness, but only love and light will always prevail. That is a principle that exists not just within the hearts of our Jewish Michiganders, but within the spirit of each and every one of us. And as we come together tonight to kick off this celebration, I thank all of you for shining that light bright and for standing tall for everyone who you love, who loves you, who loves this country, who loves this faith, and tries their best to be their best every single day. Thank you, and God bless you, and happy Hanukkah.
Thank you so much. Representing the city of Detroit on our dais today is our mayor, the Honorable Mike Duggan, who will be joining us on the lift as he has almost every year as a mayor. We also welcome Detroit City Council President Pro Tem Mary Sheffield. We congratulate her on her recent unopposed re-election. I'm sure she'll be happy to lose the Pro Tem title very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Duggan.
Well, happy Hanukkah. Every year this community comes together for the lighting of the Christmas tree to kick off the Christmas season. In 2014, I was honored to be the first mayor to join the Jewish community in the lighting of the menorah in the D in order to start Hanukkah in this community. And every year since, one of my most memorable evenings is going up in that bucket, as I'm going to do again tonight, and participating in the lighting. But in none of those has it been as special as this year, when we're celebrating the return of Danny Fenster safely to this community. This truly is Happy Hanukkah in Detroit. God bless you.
Oakland County is the home of the largest Jewish demographic in the state of Michigan. It's home to Chabad Lubavitch, the Shul, the Jewish Federation, all partners of this event. Today we welcome on the dais many elected officials from Oakland County, headed by Executive David Coulter. We welcome Oakland County Treasurer Robert Wittenberg, Huntington Woods Mayor Bob Paul, and Oak Park City Councilman Solomon Radner. Help me out in welcoming Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter.
Thank you, sir. Rabbi, thank you very much. Happy Hanukkah and greetings from the great north, i.e. Oakland County. I'm guessing there's a few people from Oakland County here. Give me a hand if you're from Oakland County. And it is great, even though we're from Oakland County, is it a great night to be in the city of Detroit. It is a wonderful night in the city of Detroit. It is so great to be here. I want to give a special greetings to my friend, the mayor of Detroit, and a congratulations, by the way, speaking of election victories, a pretty decisive victory, and maybe even more importantly, your recent wedding. So, Mayor, congratulations on both of those things. And I, too, want to give a special greeting to someone who's a humble man, but I hope he doesn't mind, because he is really a true hero of democracy and a defender of truth and an example of resilience, and that is Danny Fenster. Give it up one more time for our new hero, Danny Fenster. Thank you, Danny, for inspiring us with your courage and your story. You know, holidays like Hanukkah and the other holidays that we celebrate this time of year are special for the reason that they bring us together. They bring us together with our family and our friends, and they bring communities and counties and people together. And so on behalf of the Great White North, I want to say Happy Hanukkah, everyone, and thank you very much. God bless you.
Public menorah lightings was a very exciting part of my childhood years. We would go to Manhattan and there would be the menorah parades, just celebrating, and then there was the gigantic menorah. And I remember we were coming from a time where people were keeping their Judaism at home, especially in the late 1970s. It was a concept that people were not used to. And this was a call to, let's take this beautiful message of light to the public sphere.
Today in the world in general, so many places where Jews live, we're able to live in freedom, we're able to express our religion, we're able to express our pride as being Jewish. It brings together the community, and it brings a message of hope, it brings a message of light to people of all walks of life.
Hanukkah is interesting to me because there's a freedom fighting, civil liberties, social justice aspect to Hanukkah, which I appreciate and relate to. I think that the sense of camaraderie and togetherness is what this is all about.
Come and celebrate the holiday of Hanukkah together. Gives you strength to know that there's others who are going along with you.
The beautiful Menorah in the D in Cadillac Square is in great company with so many beautiful public menorahs around the world, internationally. Jewish communities are gathering and bringing light to their cities.
Somehow the lights of Hanukkah just draw people from their heart, brings them together, and that started a process for them to become closer to their community and to their traditions.
We each carry that menorah with us throughout the entire year, wherever our life takes us. That's who we are as a community. We need to keep our light burning.
I'm very hopeful for the future. We all have that ability, we all have that power to be able to bring brightness in the world, and we'll achieve that. So have a happy Hanukkah, and let's celebrate together.
As we prepare to ignite the menorah, I recall being mesmerized by the flames as a child, as my father chanted the prayers. Today, I watch my children gaze at the flames in wonder. Soon, the flames of the Detroit menorah will be towering above us. If the flames could speak, what would they say? They tell us so much when we take the time to listen. They fill our hearts with enough warmth and light until we become flames ourselves, until we brighten up the lives of those around us, until we kindle more candles and more lights, until they then ignite more flames. And then all these flames burn on all year until we meet again the next Hanukkah. At Menorah and the D, we celebrate light and we pass on the message that each and every one of us is a candle of the menorah. Tonight, we honor 8 individuals in our community who represent how each one of us can become a torch of light to warm our community and light the world. Welcome, Lamplighters Malka Lial, Kim Weiner, Naama Rosenzweig, and David Carroll. Members of the community, the stories you shared earlier in the video presentations reflect your personal and unique experiences. You demonstrate to us how to shine the light and transform darkness to light through sharing inspiration, hope, encouragement, and Jewish identity.
There is so much we can do to make this world a kind of better, happier place. There is so much we can do to change the world. Let's change the world today. There is so much we can do to make this world a kind of better, happier place. There is so much we can do to change the world. Let's change the world today.
Listening to the flames, I hear another story. The lights recount the story of their birth, that miraculous first Hanukkah, under severe persecution when practicing any type of Judaism was punishable by death. The flames of our people, the flames of the menorah seem to be at the brink of extinction. Yet for the next 2,000 years, our people continuously gather each year and ignite the flames. We are no strangers to challenges, to religious persecution or anti-Semitism. They repeatedly rear their ugly heads, trying to extinguish our flame. But the time-tested truth remains. We have a mission to be a light in the world, and we hold on to the story of strength, perseverance, and dedication. We've heard time and time again. We stand proud in city squares. We dig deep to reach our inner flame. When my colleagues were murdered in Mumbai, Chabad, 13 years ago, just because they were Jewish, the entire global community responded in unison. When Jewish families are attacked in Israel and around the world for being Jewish, we all stand together and shine our light to give them strength and support. When entire communities were destroyed during the Holocaust, our heroic survivors gathered the pieces and rebuilt families and communities. They stared down at the hatred and shouted out loud that light will always prevail, that our people will never cease to share our light. Our faith in God and our commitment to Jewish identity is a gift no challenge is big enough to shake. When we are faced with shocking acts of anti-Semitism, It's natural to waver and doubt can creep in. But our inner ember of light springs back into motion. We strengthen our resolve and we forge ahead with more conviction. Sherry Ferber Kaufman is the FIDF Michigan Vice President, Carmanos board member, and a leader in our community. Tonight, she holds the torch that fights anti-Semitism. Her father, Fred Ferber, a survivor of multiple Nazi camps. Her mother, a hidden child, suffered the horrors of the anti-Semitism during the Holocaust. Yet they lived on to build a beautiful Jewish family, just recently becoming great-grandparents to Leora, which means my light. They are witnessing another generation of light despite the darkness of anti-Semitism. Their daughter Sherry uses every opportunity to bring the light of Judaism into her home and leads many efforts to benefit the entire community. Itty and I are honored to count her and her family as our friends and study partners. It so happens that even tonight, when she's honored here tonight, she's right now sharing light and warmth with another family who is in great need tonight, and we both agreed that someone else will hold the torch for her. And I welcome Rabbi Usher Lopatin, Executive Director of JCRC, AJC, who leads his organization in the fight against anti-Semitism, to hold the torch. The Honorable Justice Bernstein needs no introduction. His energy and enthusiasm is legendary at Menorah in the D. He is highly involved in many causes around the state and encourages others through his strength, perseverance, positivity, and commitment. For his tireless advocacy for the disabled, for his unique perseverance in overcoming challenges, for his unwavering support of the message of the Menorah, for his commitment to Jewish causes around the world, and for his dedication to Chabad institutions wherever he travels. Supreme Court Justice Richard Bernstein is honored as a lamplighter tonight. As COO and now Chief Executive Officer of Jewish Federation of Metro Detroit, Steve Ingber has exemplified lamplighter qualities in ways too many to enumerate. His hands-on approach ensures the personal touch is never lost to logistics. Steve's personal participation in the kosher food distribution project during COVID brought the highest standards of dignity and friendship to thousands in the community each week. I want to note that before personally loading crates of milk in hundreds of cars, he would meet up with a Chabad rabbi and lay tefillin. Steve's community work is deeply rooted in his Jewish identity, and we are honoring him tonight as a lamplighter. My dear friends, here and around the world, help me welcome the current Hanukkah miracle, Danny Fenster. 6 months ago, our entire community was shocked, filled with prayer and hope when we heard the devastating news about our very own Danny. The unity was tangible as family, friends, and new friends reacted to the darkness with strength and light. As we awaited each update with hope beyond hope, the sentence was received with deep difficulty and indescribable pain. I personally reached out to his brother and to tell him that at Menorah and the D, we are dedicating a candle and prayer for the freedom of Danny. It was only a day later, a burst of light from the abyss. The miracle happened. For us at Menorah and the D, it was close to home. His brother Brian was personally involved in the production of Menorah and the D over the years. And last week I had the distinct pleasure of meeting with Danny and Brian and to see them embrace. Wow. We all agreed that whatever the divine plan was, we emerged stronger from the experience. Not that we would ever ask for such a challenge, but the light that emerges has a power that is immeasurable. We join in intense, deep joy and commit to continue to use our energies to bring more light. Tonight, Menorah and the D, the entire Jewish community, and the city of Detroit welcomes and embraces Danny. It is an extended family celebration. Joining us in this celebration is my colleague in Myanmar, who, like Danny, dedicates his life to uphold values and freedom in a dangerous country, Rabbi Zalman Reiport from Menorah Chabad. Please look at the video.
Dear Danny and the Jewish community of Detroit, we wish you a happy Hanukkah all the way from Myanmar. Danny, we miss you and happy to know you are back home safely.
Danny, I invite you to join me in the traditional blessing of gratitude for being released from captivity, and I invite everyone to reply with a resounding Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hagomel lechayavim tavo shegamalani tov.
Amen. Mi shegmalcha toiv hu yigmalcha kol toiv sela. Now in the translation.
Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who bestows kindness upon the undeserving, for he has bestowed goodness to me.
Amen. Amen. May he who has bestowed beneficence upon you always bestow every beneficence upon you.
Thank you.
This torch that has been ignited by each of our 8 lamplighters will be carried by Danny up to the lift to light the Detroit menorah.
All right. Come this way. All right, you guys are going, both of you.
This year more than ever, we need to let our inner flame, our light shine away the darkness. Where you see darkness, you make light. So join us as we let our light shine around the world. I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. Yeah, I'm on fire. Clap along, come on. I'm on fire. Can't tame a flame. Flying through like an aeroplane. Can't pin it down. Shining light all around. Your soul inside. It's a flame, it's from on high. Can't stop the heat. Burning up the beat. Your soul could warm the coldest heart. So let the fire start. I'm on fire head to toe. Gotta let it shine and let it flow. Yeah, I'm on fire head to toe. Gotta let it shine and let it flow. Hey, I'm on fire head to toe. Gotta let it shine and let it flow. I'm on fire head to toe. I gotta let it shine. Don't change your flame. Go along with the hurricane, don't turn around. Earthquake shaking underground. No looking back. Burning up the track. Light sets you free. Up infinity. Your soul could walk. The cold is high. So let the fire start. I'm on fire head to toe. Gotta let it shine and let it flow. Hey, I'm on fire head to toe. Gotta let it shine and let it flow. Yeah, I'm on fire head to toe. Gotta let it shine and let it flow. I'm on fire head to toe. Gotta let it shine. The soul could warm. The cold is hot. So let the fire start.
Thank you, Danny, for bringing this torch up, representing the power of our lamplighters who transform darkness into opportunities of light. With me here on the lift are Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist II, Attorney General Dana Nessel, Mayor Mike Duggan, and Jewish Federation President Matt Lester. The candles of Hanukkah are ignited every night by the shamash, which serves as the lamplighter to the Hanukkah flames. Tonight, Danny Frenster, who came from darkness to light, will ignite the shamash on behalf of the city of Detroit. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for, the lighting of the first candle of the Detroit Menorah, ushering in the holiday of Hanukkah for the whole state of Michigan. For all of you at home, this is the time. Please ignite your shamash and join us in the blessings as you light your own menorah. To lead us in lighting the menorah today, I would like to welcome a leader in our community, a person who is involved in everything Detroit and everything Jewish, a person who brings light and smiles to many in our community. Please welcome Mr. Gary Torgo. I'll make the bracha. Yeah, but I'll make the bracha first and then you'll light. No, I'll first make the bracha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvah haisav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim la'avoseinu v'yamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'hechayanu v'kimanu v'higiyanu lizman hazeh.
Amen.
Woo! Oisur Yeshuasi.
Awel Shabeyach Tikun Beit Tefilati V'sham Todaim Nizabeya Li'ez Tochin Emat Beyach U'mitzoram Naha Beyach Ozegmor Beshir Mizmor Chanukah Tamizbeveyach Ozegmor Beshir Mizmor Chanukah Tamizbeveyach.
Please join in Detroit. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael Chai.
Am
Yisrael Chai. Oy Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael Chai.
We join in together. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oh Davinu Chai, oh Davinu Chai, oh Davinu, oh Davinu, oh Davinu Chai, oh Davinu Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oh.
Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Clap those hands. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oh Davinu Chai, oh Davinu Chai, oh Davinu, oh Davinu, oh Davinu Chai, Chai. Oh. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, oh Davinu Chai, oh Davinu, oh Davinu, oh Davinu Chai, Chai.
Oseh Shalom Bimroma. Let's hear it. Oh yeah, say Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imro imro amen.
Moshe Shalom Bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oh Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oh Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oh Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oh say Shalom bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Oh say Shalom bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Oh Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, 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 shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisroel. Aleichem, Heivenu Shalom Aleichem, Heivenu Shalom Aleichem, Heivenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem, Heivenu Shalom Aleichem, Heivenu Shalom Aleichem, Heivenu Shalom Aleichem, Heivenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Heivenu Shalom Aleichem, Heivenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem.
Whoa! Shkoya boys!
A round of applause for Cantor Yossi Polter! George, I think it's time for us to wrap it up.
Oh, do we have to? But Rabbi, before we go, I want to bring up one special guest to give us a feel for what it's like here tonight in downtown Detroit. City Council President Pro Tem Mary Sheffield, you've been with us for a few of these Menorah and the D lightings over the night. Tell everyone why tonight is so special.
Tonight is so special because we are here in person with family and friends, celebrating how far we have come. I just want to encourage you all to continue to let your light shine. No one has the light that you have inside of you. So through trials, through tribulations, through rough times, hard times, continue to let your life shine. Enjoy downtown Detroit. God bless you all. Happy Hanukkah!
On behalf of Chabad Lubavitch of Michigan and Menorah and the D, thank you for being here tonight. Have a great Hanukkah, everyone. We'll see you next year.
Next year in Jerusalem with the Detroit Menorah.
In Jerusalem with Detroit Menorah. And don't forget, there's still plenty of food, plenty of hot cider, plenty of hot soup. L'chaim, l'chaim.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Good night.